confidently create magic in your business no matter what is happening, so that you feel confident, so that you feel in flow and magical, even if things go up and down, even if sometimes something doesn't work. This is the key to being an entrepreneur that is successful. And we're talking about sustainable wealth, being able to do what you do for a long period of time and actually feel great about doing it. And that means that there has to be this way of feeling great in your business, even if not always externally everything is great. Because that's part of life, right? Things are not always amazing externally because we don't control the external life. But what we can be in conscious control of is our internal state, so that we can create this incredible magic in our businesses. So let me know where you are watching from. I'd love to see where people are all over the world. And if you're watching this on a replay, #replay, so I know you've been here. Yeah, so we're looking at how to confidently create magic in your business no matter what's happening. No matter what is going on, no matter what happened, like if something worked out, awesome. If something didn't work out, we can still feel confident and good about our businesses. This is actually the key to being able to be an entrepreneur and create sustainable wealth. So as a conscious person, as a spiritual coach or a healer or holistic professional, you are interested in serving at that higher level, right? You want to create this sustainable wealth and attract these amazing clients into your business and generate more income so that you go to the next level of your business, so that you have even more impact, right? But you probably notice that when your mood goes down, when something externally doesn't quite work, we tend to crash, right? Like if you notice that, put a 1 in the comments, so I know that this is your experience, that external circumstances seem to affect the magical experience in your business. You either feel confident when things working out and you suddenly don't when they don't work out. That is a clue that there's something off in this magic generating alignment that you actually meant to be in your business. All right, so let's look at what this actually looks like in a business. One of the main symptoms of this problem is feeling like you're being spun around by many different strategies. Like you're seeing over there, oh, there's new information, I need this. Or there's another course, I need that. Oh, there's this. Or comparison. When you start to compare externally, this person is doing this person is doing that, and then you give it meaning. You make it mean something about you. So that means I'm not good enough, or that means I'm not as far along as I should be, or this means how come she's getting it with ease and I have to work so hard to make the same thing happen, and so on. Notice if you're having these second thoughts sort of internally, that doubt energy, that comparison energy, that's actually how we kill the magic in our business. So put a 2 in the comments if this is something that happens with you. Another symptom is looking on the outside for the value, as if somehow something external is going to give you the value. You know, like when I achieve this, then I will be valuable. Like when I upgrade my fee and then sell this package for the higher fee, then I'm valuable. But until I can do that, then I'm not. That's a backwards thinking. It's actually miscreating in the energetic sense. Because what we're doing then is we're saying to the universe, I'm not good enough. So universe then says, oh, okay, so that means I'm not going to give you this next amazing magical thing because, well, you just said you're not good enough. Because the universe does not speak English. It speaks frequency. So whatever frequency you're putting out, that's what the universe is listening to. Quantum field has all the possibilities, but if we believe something is not possible for us because we're not good enough, we literally block that thing from happening. So now that very thing that would have been possible is not anymore, not because the universe is withholding from us or because we haven't done something to get there, but because we internally chose not to see it as an option for us. So that's definitely a symptom of killing your inner magic, essentially, in your business, when you limit who you are and how your value shows up for you. based on some external value or something that shows up in your external life. Another symptom is trying to plan in a linear way. So now, as we're going into the next year, this is something that's very prevalent. Set your goals, figure out where you want to go. You want to be really clear. And yes, of course, you want to have a goal, but a lot of times we kind of freak out about that because it feels like it's so, like, if we don't do that, then nothing's going to work. And then we overanalyzing, we overthinking. So then the plan becomes too rigid. It's kind of like a tunnel instead of the overall direction. So your plan for the next year and further for your business is meant to be more of a vision, as in where you're actually going. And when instead of that, we end up with very rigid plan, like I need to get this many people to do this thing, I need to solve this program, sell it this many times, and so on, there's a lot of fear behind that tends to sabotage the very creation of what we want, and we're not actually giving universe the space to give us what we want. Because by doing that, we're being overly linear. We're saying, give it to me, but give it to me this way. And unless it's this way, I will feel bad about myself. So put a 3 in the comments, and this is something that you tend to do when you create a plan that's too rigid, and then you kind of freak out that what if it's not going to work, and then you try to make it even more rigid, and then you do all these affirmations and everything to make this exact thing that you said come true. That is a form of self-sabotage. It actually kills the magic. Instead, we want to do something very different, something that has much more to do with the vision and flow forward versus the rigid linear plan. So for the ones of you who don't know me, I'm Eugenia Oganova. I am Wealth Energetics Business and Marketing Coach. What that means is that I help you figure out how to be in alignment with your purpose, how to do things in your business that match your unique soul design, match what you're meant to do in this lifetime, and do it your way. So you can avoid all this forcing and pressure and doing things that are ineffective, and instead build a strategy that actually works for your business. So that applies to marketing, to business strategy itself, to your pricing, to your sales process, to pretty much everything in your business, but with the conscious component of the wealth energetics, so that you expand your wealth container and are able to attract and hold more wealth in a sustainable way without sacrificing your sanity or self-care time or whatever it is that you actually need, like personal needs. So that's what I do. Now, today we are talking about how to confidently create magic in your business no matter what's happening on the outside. And so far, we looked at the symptoms of the negative aspect of that. So that's when we sabotage it by external comparison, by trying to create a plan that's too rigid, by grasping at various programs or information that comes along, thinking that somehow those things will for sure get us to this magical flow. And instead, all they do is distract us even more. They take us even further out of alignment, because all those things are projections of our value. So when your value is not self-generated, that means something externally is determining you. And that doesn't make any sense from the universal standpoint, because in the law of the universe, you are eternally valuable. You are already loved and accepted and approved and needed, and you have amazing gift to deliver to the world. And you know this. You definitely have this. Like, put a 4 in a comment if this is something that you actually know inside. All these doubts, all these fears, they all come out, but on the inside, you kind of know, for sure know that you are an expert at something. You have this gift. So that energy ideally meant to show up in your business as the main factor. So for some of you it does, for some of you it probably doesn't. And that's what we want to make sure that we align, that that's the energy of that unique gift comes forward in order for the magic to be there in your business. So the solution here to this experience of no magic and pushing and scattered and trying to do too many things and planning and being scared and all that is actually to decide what you are going to experience ahead of time and to celebrate the victories, no matter how small. we so much forget to do that. We forget to decide, we think that it will happen to us, and we forget to celebrate the victories, thinking that somehow it doesn't matter. Unless some big thing happens, then maybe it matters. But until it happens, no, all those little things don't matter. But they do. And that is actually how we create the magic, when the feminine side, the inner queen, gets to come out and have a great time inside your business and your life, right? So let's look at the 3-step process, sort of how to make that happen. So step 1 would be to decide on your experience. Decide what it is you want to be experiencing instead of setting a goal. So you can see the difference, right? When you set a goal, that's like a rigid target. And when you decide what you're going to experience, it's not external, it's internal. Because we only want to project ahead into the future based on something that we can control in a positive sense, be in a conscious control of. So you are in the conscious control of how you are going to experience reality. You are not in the conscious control of whatever's going to happen externally. There are many other factors involved. So in order to influence the external reality, to create the experience you're looking for, you first need to decide what that experience would feel like, look like, and be like within your system. Like, for example, if you want to make something happen, like let's say generate certain income next year, like double your income, or attract clients for a specific program or something like that, you want to go back into, okay, wait a minute, what would that experience be like for me? Not the actual details of getting there, that's a strategy, but the actual experience. Instead of setting a goal of, let's say, 10 people for your program, or 200,000 next year or something like that, what if instead it's more about how would that feel if I'm already there? You might think that you will feel super excited and amazing and wow, and it's awesome, but that's because you don't have it yet. So then that's what you think you would feel. But if you imagine that that is your norm, what would you feel like? You probably would feel something else. Maybe calm, maybe sure, maybe confident, maybe present, maybe aligned or clear. Whatever those things are, look for them, and some of it might be verbal, like mental experiences, but some of it might be pure emotion. Definitely look for what it feels like in you, inside your body. That is how you create this experience in your system as to what you are desiring, instead of setting a goal. Okay, that helps you create magic in your business, no matter what happens externally. Another one is consistently practice that specific experience. Don't just do one affirmation or one meditation or set your intention and that's it, think it's done. That is not how it works in the universe. The way it works is repetition, because we need to train our energy system to actually respond to the new configuration. So you're envisioning of specific possibility, that's a new configuration for your field. So think of it like a different program or something that you don't normally have. Like if you're learning a new poem, let's say, and maybe you normally don't memorize poems. So could you just read the poem once and then go recite it? Probably not. So that means you probably have to read that poem again and again and again and again until your mind kind of goes at it like a second nature. So it's the same thing here, only instead of a poem, it's a different energy alignment. So practicing it consistently for a long period of time before it happens is what creates the magical outcomes. So when you see people say like, wow, it just happened, it might look like it just happened, but it actually happened because they were able to hold that new configuration in their field for a while. Even if the material actions were done once, but the configuration, the energy experience were done continuously. That's what you want to make sure, the repetition of wherever your intention is, so that that experience is actually encoded into the future. All right, and the third really important component, which kind of goes with the time right now, is celebrate your victories. Celebrate whatever that victory is. The victory could be something small, like I finally published a post. You know, I knew I needed to do it for a week and I was avoiding it and having issues and whatever, and finally I put it out and it's great and yay, I'm gonna celebrate that I did it. It could be something like you close the client. That's awesome. Somebody signed up for your program. That's a big one. But it also could be something very small, like internally you realized something about yourself, something you didn't notice before, and then it clicked. Maybe you watched this video, maybe you watched something else or read something, and then tick, and then it's like, oh, I get it. So whatever that is, write it down. Keep a journal of these incredible revelations for yourself. Something that you can then track. That it doesn't just happen once and then you forget the next second, because that's exactly what happens when we don't celebrate. So celebrating yourself is actually a way energetically to opening up your wealth container. When we don't celebrate our victories, then our subconscious mind thinks we don't have any victories, which means it has ammunition for the lower self part of you to say you're not good enough. So when the issues come up, and if your habitual way is to fall into I'm not good enough, then it's very convenient, if you have not been celebrating your victories, for that part of you to say, oh, well, see, we don't have any proof that we're good, so it must be true, we're not. So the more you celebrate your victories, no matter how small, even if it means like you basically had a to-do list of, 10 things and you just did it. Maybe it's not a big things on the list, but you did them all. You accomplished what you planned on. That in itself is a mini victory. All those things matter. The more you celebrate yourself, the more you create incredible experiences in your business. This is how we create magic. So as you're going into the next year, as you're creating your future, you want to make sure that you work with it consciously. This is what I teach. I teach how to make conscious future essentially in your business by being in alignment with yourself, so that you can have this incredible magic in your business no matter what happens externally, and that facilitates more and more events and opportunities to match what you're actually intending. So gradually your external world begins to align to your internal intentions. So in the next couple of days, I'm going to teach a free event for you guys. It's called Soul Align Wealth Challenge. So 5 days to help you get through the biggest business bottlenecks, so you can move from 6 figures to multiple 7 figures way of looking at your business. Even if you're not literally at that income level, it's a way energetically of being, of thinking, and of strategy as well. So I'm going to show you all sorts of components, and I definitely invite you to work with me to figure this out for your specific business. If you know that you're ready and you want this for the next year, that's like, okay, I'm here now, I'm aware that what I've been trying to do before is too hard. I'm working, I'm generating income, I'm having clients, but it's not natural. Something is off, something is missing. I want this to be aligned to my soul energy, to my purpose, and it feels like it's kind of not, and something is off in how I'm presenting it. Then you definitely want to contact me. So you can put the word wealth in the comments, or you can message me directly so we can set up a free conversation. I can look at your business and actually tell you what is going on in there, and if you qualify for one of my programs, so then I can show you what is possible for you to create. Especially now that we're going into the next year, this is the time to do it. Kind of like, I always think when people say like, well, I don't know if it's the right time, and I'm like, the right time was yesterday, because whenever you don't start, you're prolonging this process of not having whatever your desire, right? So the issue could be the business strategy or the marketing strategy that's just not aligned with you. Or the issue could be that your messaging is really messy and vague and it doesn't translate well. Or the issue could be that you just don't have enough of your wealth container opened up, and instead you feel kind of tight within what you can receive. So all those things is part of what I do with my clients. So I definitely invite you to apply. And if you would love to learn how to do a lot of these transformative components in a sort of an overarching way, I definitely invite you to my free challenge. That's going to be happening just in a few days. It's totally free. You can be in there, watch me live, interact with you, and show you all these amazing techniques. I'm going to give you a taste of all the pieces so that you can actually practice and apply it onto your business. The link for that is in the description of this video. So click on that. It's a Soul Align Wealth Challenge. And I will see you there. And And if you know you're ready to do more personal work and actually transform your business in a customized way, then reach out to me directly. All right, my dears, my love to you. May you have the most amazing transformation and wealth in the coming year, and may all of this time be magical for you and bring to you exactly the experiences that you desire, that expand your wealth container so you can hold so much more of abundance and joy in your life and your business. My love to you.